Joining me to talk about cybersecurity is digital forensics investigator for the SANS Institute, Rob Lee. He consults with companies and with the United States government. So, Rob, since you do consulting with the U.S. government, are you as shocked as, say, I am, hearing this remarkable hack of the OPM, the Office of Personnel Management, the HR department for the government?
Hi, Ashley. No, I'm not shocked at all. In fact, these kind of attacks are quite frequent and happen all the time. In fact, the biggest issue is detecting the attacks, and most of the government, including the Fortune 500 in this country, have an incredibly hard time detecting them, and that makes them easy targets for nation-state attackers such as China to take advantage specifically of that lack of capability in cybersecurity.
Is there a scenario here where the toothpaste is out of the tube and thus there is going to be even a bigger problem down the road? And I only ask that because I get these really annoying phishing emails all the time, and I recognize them like that, or so I think I do. But effectively, there's something called spear phishing, where a hacker gets a hold of you and then your identity and then uses you to hack people who you know who would trust you.
That's exactly right. One of the core difficult problems in cybersecurity is the fact that attackers such as China and other nation states are taking advantage of ordinary individuals inside the workplace. They send them common emails with attachments or web links in them, trying to get them to open them. Now, these are not the emails that we have all been accustomed to that are originating from Nigeria or from Africa. These actually look like legitimate emails that your own organization might have sent out. It might be a new policy. One of the ones that we've seen over the years that almost has a 100% success rate is sending emails related to W-2 tax forms right next to tax time in early April.
Oh, man, I've been so tempted by those, but I get them the old snail mail way. But that is really scary to think that somebody would have to think twice about a W-2. Just quickly, can I ask you about there is this very strange list that puts the United States at the very top of victimization by global hacking. Thailand is number 2, but way, way below the U.S. Why is it that we are so valuable to hackers around the world, and who's doing more of it? Is it the outsiders, or is it within our own borders that's doing the most hacking to us?
Well, definitely the lead culprit, to answer your last question first, is China. There are other nation states such as Russia, Iran, and more that are also doing it, but China is pretty much the lead aggressor in leading the charge on these hacks. Now, why us? Well, specifically, we have more intellectual property as a country that other countries such as China are trying to obtain in order to provide an economic advantage as a part of their normal day-to-day business. China views any information, including that which is stored by our government or even our top commercial industry, such as Microsoft, Google, or Apple, as ripe pickings. And because it's so easy to accomplish, and there's zero threat of arrest and zero threat of any actual deterrent that's going on, nothing is telling China or other countries, hey, this is wrong, you should not do it. And as a result, there's no pushback that will eliminate this in the near future. Expect this to become a common news cycle from this point forward.
Well, then expect us to be calling you a lot more and open up your calendar to be on the show more, because you're extraordinary with your information base. I really appreciate it, Rob. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you very much.
Rob Lee joining us. Wow, digital forensics. You had to know that was going to be a good vocation.